Okay guys, so I got a little carried away when I saw these pens were on sale for $5 on Amazon. They are an OmniFlex nib and I bought 4 because I have a lot of ink. So I needed to give them a try. So I'm probably going to butcher this name, but I think it's Monte Verde. I think that sounds right? OmniFlex nib. Okay, so I have 4, but I only inked up 1, and I'm going to ink up another one right here. But I have to show you guys what this pen is like because it's really cool. I think it's going to be awesome for writing, obviously, and drawing because you can get really thick and really fine widths on it. So these 2 I haven't inked up yet. Maybe I will if I just get really excited. I'll ink up a couple more. But in the meantime, this one I already inked. And it's not my favorite, the look of it. It's black and silver. I don't really love silver, but I don't really care because it was $5. So I bought it anyway. So obviously right here, I already started testing it out. Oh, I even have ink on my finger. See, that's the true sign of a girl who's obsessed with fountain pens. So anyway, this is the nib. It's just plain old silver, but it's kind of cool. I like that detail right there. It is really juicy. So let's see here. I'm going to write my favorite color in print. I always feel like pens sound so scratchy when you're on video, but it actually doesn't feel scratchy at all. And then if I was going to write it in cursive, which don't judge, it's getting late. My cursive is not what it should be right now. Okay, so there's that, but it is really cool how you can get really thick and really thin. And if I was going to draw a person, if I wanted their face to be thick, also don't laugh, I'm not an artist, I like to doodle, but I can still get little tiny details like that. Give us some eyes like this, get some fun hair going on here or something. Anyway, that's not my best work there, but I think these would be really fun to draw with too. You can get a lot of detail in there. Okay, this poor girl looks like she needs some coffee. She's as tired as I am. Okay, well, forget this girl. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I did. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do with all fountain pens. I am not an aficionado. I just like fountain pens. I don't have any crazy expensive ones. I've never had one custom ground or whatever the terminology is. So I just know what I like. If it feels smooth on the paper, if it gives the look that I like, if it doesn't. This one, even though that's really thick, it doesn't bleed through, although half of this has to do with the paper. My all-time favorite paper, which is the old Tomoe River paper, the Tomoegawa, is that how you say it? That's my favorite, and I am constantly looking for more sources to find more because I just can't get enough of it. So this one does not have ink in it yet, but I'm going to ink it to show you what I did. So you guys are probably going to laugh at me because I feel like I've done this wrong quite a few times in my life, in my journey here, but this ink is super glittery and I love it. It shows up even in really fine nib things, but can you see all that glitter? Ooh. This one's Ferris wheel press, obviously, if you are not familiar with their bottles. This is the Midway the Magnificent. I would say it in French, but you guys will laugh. So I'm going to give it a little shake and get that glitter in there. And then something that maybe I've been doing wrong, and maybe this isn't something you do with all pens or you do with some and not others. I don't really know. Maybe I just said that twice in 2 different ways. But I've always taken the cartridge out and then filled up the cartridge and then put it back in the pen. But tonight I thought, you know what? Maybe this is one of those ones where you just stick the nib right in. And sure enough, that's what the instructions on this Monte Verde one told me to do. So that's what I'm going to do. And it makes it so the pen writes right away. So this is something I learned tonight. Maybe I should have been doing that all along. I feel like I've been filling up my pens and then waiting for them the ink to come down to the bottom. So anyway, this glitter is already settled here again. So I just dipped the nib right in. I didn't even have to wait for this thing to start working. I just have all kinds of extra security here. See, I'm already inking myself up again, but it's okay. Pop my nib in there. Oh, I've got it all over this thumb too. I made a mess. It's okay. It's okay. I'm always covered in ink. Let's see. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I don't have my nib all the way in the ink, I think. There we go. I can feel it this time. I think. Okay, well that worked the first time. Of course it doesn't work now that I'm trying to show you how I did it the first time. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I got some ink in there that time. Where'd my little thing go? Always make a mess here. See how pretty that color is? You can even see the shimmer right there on the wipe. Okay, now let's see if this color looks just as awesome when it's used. I always have to put my lids back on because I know myself. Disaster. Disaster. Okay. My goodness, I have ink everywhere. This is how I do things. My hands are always a mess, which is why I don't bother to paint my nails or do anything fancy, because I'm always making a mess. Okay, let's see if this one's just as good. Ooh. I love how with fountain pens you can get this really thick line with the ink, how it just sits there on top of the page like that. I wish it stayed like that. It gives it that multi-dimensional kind of look, but it dries and it doesn't get to stay that way, but it looks cool before it dries. And this paper, like I said, is the Tomoe River, the original Tomoegawa paper, and so I feel like the ink takes extra long to dry on it, which is fine because I'm not flipping through the next page. But for a lefty, this might be disastrous, but this is pretty fun. For me, because I'm not a lefty, I have one lefty in the family, so I have to be mindful when I'm thinking about pens for that one. One lefty so far. This is really, really fun. So anyway, that's two. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of a system, because obviously they look exactly the same. So I don't know if I'm gonna put, I don't want it to look dorky, but it needs to have something on it so that I can remember what ink color I put in it, because usually when I'm using my fountain pens, that's actually something I do, and I'm coming from before I discovered fountain pens. Gel pens were my favorite, so I always obviously knew what color I was using because the barrel of the pen is that same exact color. So now when I'm inking my pens, I'm usually putting an ink color that sort of looks like the pen. Like obviously there's turquoise in here, blue, green, black. So it makes it so much easier. I'm not trying to guess what's in my pen. I don't want to grab this yellow pen and find purple ink. That doesn't work with my brain. I'm creative, but I still need some sort of order. Same goes here. This one thing I love about clear demonstrator pens, you can put whatever color you want in there and you don't even have to think about it. So that's something I do often as well, but that's not what I'm doing here today. So I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of a system. I don't know, maybe I should put washi tape or sticker. I'm gonna have to think of something. I want to be able to take it off in case I change the ink color, because obviously that would be annoying. So maybe I'll just start out with a little piece of washi tape so I can sort of remember what's in my pen for now, and then I'll come up with a better system later, because I don't really like the way that looks. That looks terrible to me. But this is just for until the morning since I just inked these up. I will come up with some sort of creative solution, and then my next video I'll show you guys what I came up with. If it's viable, then I can use it, because I also have some other pens that are the same color, and I kind of quit using them because I got really frustrated that I couldn't ever remember what ink color was in which one. So for tonight, that's what's happening. But it's washi tape, so it'll come right off. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this OmniFlex pen because it's really cool, and it's $5 on Amazon. I'll put the link in the below so you guys can find it. I think it's still $5. For some odd reason, it actually took like a month to get here. I don't have any idea why, because I'm pretty sure it was Prime. I don't really know what happened. I'm gonna go ahead and ink another pen because I'm in that kind of crazy mood right now. So I just want to see, I have a gold ink in here that sheens really well, and I'm really curious to see what it would look like in here. I don't know if you guys have used Tom's Studio anything. Their pens are so cool. I'll show you those on another video. But also, look at that gold. That's gold. That looks really cool. This one is almost like a sepia gold, so it has a really brownish tone. At least it has in my other pens that I've inked it in. So I want to see what happens when I put it in this OmniFlex, because I feel like this could get really glittery really fast. So let me try this one out. Oh yeah, I was telling you I was going to put that link in there. I think it's still $5. I don't know why it took a month, but for $5 I didn't care. I was just hoping the pens would work for that price. And they do. So I think that's a pretty good bargain. Let's see if I'm actually pulling ink up this time. I'm not really sure. Oh, I saw the ink go back in. Okay, you guys are probably watching this laughing because I'm doing something wrong here with this ink. I don't know. I learn something every single time I sit down at my desk. Oh, see? Why? Third time's a charm. That's something I've learned. Where did my little messy rag go? See? You can see that glitter already. This is really cool. Tie-dyed rag at this point. Okay. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, I can't wait to see what this one looks like. I'll test this one. I don't know if I'll fill up the 4th pen yet. Just depends on how this goes. But this is a really cool ink. I want to get the Diamine Golden Sands. I like that one too. That one's really glittery. I've tested that one out. It has more of a yellow tone, so I wouldn't feel guilty having to. See, that ink is still really wet. Let's see. Oop. That one didn't want to start right off the bat. This one almost looks... Well, see, that one's not coming out as well. I guess it is. This one kind of does that. See, it takes a minute to catch up. But it always kind of has this caramely sepia look right at first. And then after it dries, and especially once I put it in the natural sunlight, which is not happening right now because it's nighttime, it really gets glittery, especially on this paper. I could literally talk for hours about my favorite paper, but I won't bore you tonight. Maybe on a different night. So that one still looks really wet. I don't know. You can sort of see the shimmer. I think this one really wants it dry. Same with that one. Same with the Ferris wheel press. That one seems like it does. Takes a minute sometimes to show the shimmer. Let me mark this one like I did the other one because I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to make my coffee in the morning. I'm going to go to draw something or write something down in my journal, and I'm going to grab the wrong pen after I spent 20 minutes picking out the perfect stickers for my journal page, and I'm going to be mad at myself. So that I'll remember. I'm just going to do the 4th one. I'm going to, because that sounds fun to me right now. Let's do this 4th one here. See what color I come up with on this one. Oh, let's see if I can open the box. That would be handy. Oh, look, I already opened that one. Let me find the one that still has a pen in it. Which one's the heaviest one? This one feels the heaviest. Let's see if I'm right. There we go. I forgot something right there. I'm not sure what I'll do with all these boxes. It always seems like a good idea to have them, and then I don't know where to put them. Okay, so how about... I already did a turquoise. I want another shimmer, just because... oh, did I do... This one's pink. Maybe I'll do a pink one. I really want a black shimmer ink. If any of you guys know a really good black shimmer ink, please tell me, because I love everything that glitters and everything that shimmers. And I don't have... I think I only have maybe 2 or 3 different black inks, but they're all... I don't know. They don't really do anything for me. They're all kind of flat, and they're not really black. They don't really feel super black to me. So if any of you guys know of a really good black that's either really pigmented or has a shimmer or something that stands out about it, please let me know, because I'm on the hunt for a good black ink. Okay, let's do this last one with the Diamine Sparkle ink. What was this one? What did I put in that one? Oh, this one was Eau de Nil, I think. Diamine. That one doesn't have a shimmer in it, but sometimes it sheens in the right light. So that's this one up here. And then this is the one I'm putting in this last pen for the night before I go to bed and dream about pens, which happens often. Okay, let's see here. Let me put this guy in. Let's see if I can do it on the first try. Nope. I don't know why this takes me a few tries. Okay, let's do it again. Oh, 2nd time's a charm on this one.
And the 2nd time doing the whole video?
No. Ooh, that one's glittery too. I can't tell if that's picking up the glitter from that one or the other one. Let's see. Okay. This one, last one. Oh, see, and I changed up my handwriting there. Okay, this one looks really cool too. I just love that I can decide how hard I want to press and decide what kind of line variation I'm going to get. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I will leave a link in the description. I will let you guys know where I got this pen because it's pretty cool. It's really fun. This is not going to be the right color. Let's see if I can get a different, if I can remember which pink I put in here. For that price, I feel like you need to snatch up as many as you can. Maybe I'll grab some before I give you the link so you don't buy them all. Okay, well that is the OmniFlex. I'm going to bring my journal a little bit closer, show you how that looks. There's the 4 pens there, and here is how the ink looks. Pretty cool. Okay, I will be back later with more about fountain pens or ink or stickers or something, whatever comes to mind. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.